in the US, we will then be the most trusted source for enterprise support for crypto solutions in the US.
Ripple has been branching out into custody, into stable coins, really trying to look to the future in terms of how you can be a one-stop shop for institutions. So
we're going all in on all three pillars. And part of it also will become the tokenization of real-world assets.
But I look at it as a vehicle in which you're expressing your financial acumen in something that you're more frightened of the world, you're more frightened of your existence. And I believe there's a great industrial use for it.
This opportunity goes way beyond Bitcoin. I give Bitcoin the credit for starting it, but this was a long time coming, right?
And the government can spend money to an unlimited amount, and it just is not going to.
There's a formula. It'll be just fine.
So we did a pretty cool demo yesterday of payments through a bunch of different crypto ledgers. And what they're doing today is trying to build some integrations for new ledgers.
So I love it. Tell us a little bit about your debt clock right here and how serious this really is. It's really not even believable.
What do you tell them to buy then when you're 30% down? What do you buy?
Right now, our strategy is what we call bridge assets that we know do well in a transfer of either economic activity as far as systemic global finance, happening and stimulating, keeping the prices up.
Know what you hold?
Enjoy the ride, pal.
It's the XRP. If you got a baggie, welcome to the party. Welcome back to some more Moon O'Clock News. No breakfast, no coffee, just straight extra. Bullishness. Shout out to the latest up. We got quiz and fun in the building. Appreciate you stopping by and tuning in. Go ahead, throw on those moon suits, throw on those pilot shades, and buckle up, because the future's extra. Bullish. Let's go full speed, full throttle into the cryptoverse. We got the total global cryptocurrency market cap today at 2.18 trillion, up about 2.2% in the past 24. We got XRP currently right around 589. Stellar XLM right around 9.5 cents. We got BTC 60,504. ETH right around 2324 hundo. We got Flare Networks right around 0.014. XDC right around 0.028. We got Axelar right around 50 cents. Songbird 007. We got Stronghold at 0047. Zahao right around 0.03. Evernode right around 0.076. Jewel Token right around 0.064. We got Ripple X Dev to pop things off. Picture this, you're at the cafe in the Gangnam district and you just paid for your coffee with XRP, fast, seamless. Hear from Sung at the XRPL Zone. So on how Surf XYZ is driving innovation in crypto payments with the XRP Ledger.
저 xrp 레저 존에 있고요. 너무 기분이 좋은 것 같습니다. 정말 멋진 것 같아요. 제 이름은 송종환입니다. 웹3에서는 플레이어들도 새로운 가능성을 크게 봐주기 때문에 저는 되게 흥분을 가지고 창업하게 되었습니다. xrp는 크립토 페이먼트 서비스인데요. 기존의 크립토 페이먼트 서비스와 다른 거는 어떤 그런 레거시 페이먼트 네트워크와의 연결 없이 P2P로 결제를 할 수 있게 만들어주는 서비스라는 점입니다. 크립토 결제 서비스를 준비하는 저희와 같은 팀에게 XRP 레저를 선택한 이유는 스케일러빌리티 이슈가 가장 컸던 것 같아요. 강남에 있는 카페에서 사람들이 마음껏 와가지고 XRP로 결제를 하고 커피를 사 먹을 수 있는 테스트를 시작했거든요. 사람들이 써보고는 기존 결제 시스템만큼 빠르고 편하다고 피드백을 주고 있어서 너무 기쁩니다.
We got Jack the Rippler. Boom, XRP has been officially added as a payment option via Surfy in South Korea. You can now use XRP South Korea. Easy as 1, 2, 3. XRP, built for payments, built to move. all the value. We got Chad Steingraber. BRICS Plus announces that the new rails with an entirely new financial network, not just for cross-border payments, new rails, new world. BRICS makes a major announcement on the new payment system. BRICS is working towards the creation of a new payment system without the integration of the U.S. dollar and its mechanism, confirmed Russian Foreign Minister Sergei L. The minister added that the new payment system will not only be used to settle cross-border transactions, it'll act as a complete financial setup. XRP. We got XRP drops just in. Great panel with Ripple, Stu Alderati, the WEF, Grayscale, and Robinhood. Ripple, Stu Alderati, always on point. When this regulatory cloud is lifted and we get some policy clarity in the U.S., we will then be the most trusted source for enterprise support for crypto solutions in the U.S. Runs on Ripple.
And hopefully when this regulatory cloud is lifted and we get some policy clarity in the U.S., we will then be the most trusted source for enterprise support for crypto solutions in the U.S.
I mean, tokenization is...
The best is still yet to come. Crawl, walk. Then we rock it. We got one from VetXO, Stu Alderati on the pillars for crypto service providers viewing stablecoins as a proxy for other assets you want later.
Ripple has been branching out into custody, into stablecoins, really trying to look to the future in terms of how you can be a one-stop shop for institutions. Walk me through that.
So our core product has always been cross-border payments, using blockchain and crypto to help traditional financial institutions move money faster and more cheaply, more transparently than they can. We realized that to be the one-stop shop, we need to also provide the custody solution and a stablecoin, which can be a proxy for any digital asset that you want to use on the blockchain to make that happen. So we're going all in on all three pillars. And part of it also will become the tokenization of real-world assets. And I think eventually, and that is getting a lot of traction outside of the U.S. in all of the jurisdictions.
XRP, the one-stop killer app. Know what you hold? Cointelegraph, just in blockchain technology could transform the UK's $14.5 trillion payment industry. UK Finance tested the regulated liability network system that might reduce fraud and improve efficiency for banks, customers. Next step, regulatory talks. Kraken Pro says the promise of blockchain lies in the ability to provide transparency, reduce fraud with its immutable ledger, and potentially accelerate transactions thanks to its decentralized nature. XRP, faster, cheaper, more efficient, eco-friendly. No more middlemen. Riz XRP Larry Fink on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin is legit, we know for sure XRP is and was cleared by the judge, Annalisa Torres. Utility matters. The only digital asset with utility, with legal clarity in the United States.
I know you have been a leader in willing to embrace crypto. You have made it so that people can be in Bitcoin. We hear that you are thinking about Ethereum. These are incredible things. Now, BlackRock is not known as a gunslinger by any means. So you obviously must believe that this maybe is an alternative. Is this an alternative in order to be able, because of a deficit, maybe something long-term people should have?
Absolutely. As you know, I was a skeptic.
Yes.
I was a proud skeptic. And I studied it, learned about it, and I came away saying, okay, my opinion 5 years ago was wrong. Here's my opinion today. This is what I believe in today. I believe the opportunity today. I believe Bitcoin is legitimate. I'm not trying to say there's not misuses like everything else, but it is a legitimate financial instrument that allows you to have maybe uncorrelated, non-correlated type of returns. I believe it is an instrument that you invest in when you're more frightened, though. It is an instrument when you believe that countries are debasing their currency, debasing their currency by excess deficits, and some countries are. I believe we have countries where you're frightened of your everyday existence, and if you have an opportunity to invest in something that is outside your country's control, then you can have more financial control. And so I'm a major believer that there is a role for Bitcoin in portfolios. I believe you're going to see that as one of the asset classes that we all look at. I look at it as digital gold, as I said before, and I do believe there's a real need for everyone to look at it as one alternative to, I would say, the optimism that I have in the world. If you want to hedge hope, Bitcoin is not an instrument for hope unless you're hopeful you're going to make a lot of money on it. But I look at it as a vehicle in which you're expressing your financial acumen in something that you're more frightened of the world. You're more frightened of your existence. And I believe there's a great industrial use for it. And I think a lot of people are missing that.
Where did they get a hold of that auto? XRP 100,000 times more efficient than BTC. Bitcoin was a demo. You didn't get the memo. We got Tom Emmer. The future of peer-to-peer digital economy cannot be left to the authoritarian whims of Gary Gensler. Today, Patrick Mahenry and I are requesting answers from the SEC on their position that airdrops are security transactions. And here we got Tom Emmer. We need to draw our government back and let the people take chances. Grateful for the opportunity to discuss the future of digital asset policy on the P2P Policy Pod this morning. There's a new day coming.
Government back and let people take chances. Let them make their own decisions about the risk and the level of risk that they want to take on, because that's where you get the greatest innovation, the greatest result. Yeah, are you going to have people who fail and maybe they lose everything that they had? Okay, well, that's happened throughout history. But you know the beauty of this country, unlike others, if you fall to the bottom of that prosperity mountain, you can pull your straps up and you can start climbing right back to the top of that hill without government telling you what you can and can't do. This opportunity goes way beyond Bitcoin. I give Bitcoin the credit for starting it, but this was a long time coming, right? It was the Keynesians versus the, those of us that were probably more Hayek type people, which, by the way, the Keynesians morphed into the modern monetary theorists. Oh, for God's sakes, it's like a cartoon.
Where you can spend, the government can spend money to an unlimited amount, and it just is not going to.
There's a formula. It'll be just fine. By the way, we can throw a rock in the air too. There's a formula, and it won't come down.
The longer it takes, the higher we climb. On that XRP rich list, we got one from Smoke Dog. XRP plus Interledger protocol equals 1 trillion transactions per second. The best is still yet to come. Crawl, walk, then we rock it. Mr. Man XRP with Interledger, XRP achieving over 1 trillion transactions per second. There's no competition for them, and other chains are looking to integrate with it as well. XRP, Interledger protocol.
So it operates within the World Wide Web Consortium, the W3C, as a community group. There's about 220 members, and there's not really any incentive for someone to compete with what we're doing. If they are looking to produce some sort of interoperability, it would make much more sense for them to join the group and try to influence the direction we're taking in our design. Protocols don't really have competitors per se. There may be alternative ideas of how to achieve the same thing, and if there's other people working on that, I think our opinion is we'd rather work with them than work against them. So we did a pretty cool demo yesterday of payments through a bunch of different crypto ledgers. And what they're doing today is trying to build some integrations for new ledgers. So we've got people from Zcash, we've got people from Hyperledger Project. We've got a bunch of ledgers that we haven't got integrations for that they're here working on. Hoping by the end of today we can do a payment using Interledger protocol through at least 10 different ledgers.
We got Nerdy X, ISO 20022, let's do it, coming with the heat. December 31st, 2024 is the deadline. March 10th, 2025, go live. EU, July 1st, 2026 deadline. 2025, 2026 is about to be absolutely intense. We got Myro X, US debt clock. Did Thomas Massey invent the US debt clock?
Notice you've got this right now. You passed out, and I actually got one in the mail from you. I love it. Tell us a little bit about your debt clock right here and how serious this really is. It's really not even believable. It's way beyond anyone's comprehension of what the federal government's done to our country. Well, tell us about your clock and what it does.
Well, and you're presuming they're thinking more than 3 months ahead.
Yeah.
And I don't think they are, but that's why I created the debt clock, to try to get them to think more than 3 months ahead. I'm an electrical engineer by training, and I haven't been able to put my degree to immediate use in Congress. But when we were in the minority about 15 months ago, and I had a little time on my hands, I sat down and wrote 1,500 lines of code roughly to make this thing work, and designed a case. And I would wear this every day that I am in Congress.
We got Mr. Man XRP. Schwab analyst suggests to buy bridge assets. XRP is the global bridge currency.
I see at least a 30% pullback in the very short term.
Yeah. So what do? Do you buy some of your favorite names when we're down 10%, or you want to wait until you're 20%, and that's a real correction?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely wait until we get into correction territory before we buy the dip, because even though I love buying the dip, this is not a normal dip correction territory. This is something that's more systemic and is going to take longer to figure out, and it actually might be bigger than 30. So we just want to be more cautious. I hate to alarm you, but I'm telling you, this is what the economic indicators are indicating.
I understand what you're saying. So, I mean, Mark Faber came out. He called the 87 crash.
Yep.
Remember him, of the gloom and doom report. You know, he's saying much of the same, how the Mag 7 is gambling and, you know, what do you tell them to buy then when you're 30% down? What do you buy?
Right now, our strategy is what we call bridge assets that we know do well in a transfer of either economic activity as far as systemic global finance, you know, happening and stimulating, keeping the prices up. So we would look at commodities, gold, silver, the bridge assets to get us from whatever we're in to where we're going. Those are going to do well. We expect gold to be $2,600 by the end of the year at least. It could be $3,000 depending on what happens between now and then.
Right.
So if you really want to protect value, you need to go to those commodities that will get you to protect value and not take the AI bet, which is a gamble right now. AI has a long runway, Nicole, but it is bumping up against this global crash.
Take profits on AI.
Take profits on
XRP is the global bridge currency. Whatever it is, it's going to need a bridge to the other side. We got sentiment feed and some charts to close out. Here are the top 15 cryptocurrency blockchain ecosystems by their level of GitHub events, along with their growth in the category over the past year. The list is based on each ecosystem's amount of pure development activity events rather than just commits. Ethereum, BNB, Polygon, Cosmos. We got the top 15 here. We got 360 Trader XRP volume on the weekly says that this explodes up soon. You can hate it or you can love it. The chart doesn't care. It'll go with or without you. Join the elite. XRP. Mustache altcoins were not bullish enough. Cycles repeat themselves. 2017 to 2021, 2024 to 2025. Buckle up. Grab Crypto XRP versus BTC. Official Bullrun announcement update. Check out the post from February 2024. What's happening now is we need to keep an eye out on the key resistance areas first. XRP versus BTC needs to close above the 21 EMA to build confidence in the bounce off the macro bottoms, which have been performing as expected so far. Second, the edge of the current triangle formation is around 0.000015. We must close above this level with conviction, breaking both the 21 EMA and the triangle. I believe will pump us to the 0.000027, followed by a retest of the macro range at 0.000015. This scenario holds, the Valhalla gateway will swing wide open. And with that being said, Batman Bag Ladies BB Terminal since the beginning of Q3, XRP has been leading all of the crypto majors. XRP plus 22.32%. And when BTC maxis start going in, you know it's time. Max, because BTC. I bought a lot of XRP today, never in a million years would I thought this would be the case, but the charts never lie. The longer they take, the higher we climb. Runs on Ripple. What will those bags be when that regulation jar of molasses finally breaks open and XRP's true price is finally revealed? Big bags. Later, glitches.
We are not done, just having some fun. Just getting started, the flip of the switch and you thought you could short it. Burning the escrow, now there's been a shortage. So many digits, now you can't afford it. We up in the sky, price jumping like Jordan. Can't have enough bags, all we did was hoard it. We saw, you probably sell a few organs. So many accounts, threw away all my ledgers. We hold the keys, we hold the treasures. Get off them exchanges and BYOB. Surf on the waves, don't get caught in the weeds. And we finally blow, we financially free. We throwing a party, we waking the sheep. We all going ghosts to the islands we fleet. We cannot die, we all in a G.